Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in to Clint Devereaux TV. You wouldn't believe it, but I have the man flu, and we all know what happens when a male gets the man flu. That's right, the world comes to an end. So before that happens, I just want to talk about a question that was asked at a recent open home. I met a gentleman and he said to me, Clint, what's the most competitive market at the moment? So in other words, what's the hardest type of property to sell? Interest rates are low, buyer confidence has increased, but not every property is selling in a few days or even a few weeks. Now, I can't speak for every market in every area, but from my experiences, the most competitive market right now is the entry-level apartment market, and that is apartments, mainly 2 bedrooms, because typically there are more 2 bedrooms built than anything else, within about an 8-kilometre radius of the city, and priced between about $260,000 to $290,000. And I'm going to give you a few stats. The last 12 months I've sold houses ranging between about $350,000 and $900,000, and on average they've sold in about 14 days. Now, the apartments that have sold for between $300,000 and $350,000 have sold on average in about 26 days. But the apartments that I've sold for between $260,000 and about $290,000, which is this entry-level market, has taken up to about 84 days, which is around 3 months. So there's a significant difference. But there's a few main reasons for it. The first one is that these entry-level apartments are typically a little bit smaller than the average, so they're about 5 to 10 square meters smaller. The second reason is that a lot of the buyers looking at these properties, at these apartments, have pre-approval for a little bit more, so around that 300 mark or low threes, 310. And knowing that about 80% of these buyers are owner-occupiers means that because they're going to live in the property, they want to buy the absolute best apartment they can for their money. And the third reason is traditionally when someone would look to buy an apartment, they'd do their research, they'd choose an area, then they'd look in a 2 or 3 kilometre radius around it. But things have changed, and as long as the apartment is within a certain proximity of the city, around that 8 kilometres, north, south, east or west, and it's a convenient hub with good transport and amenities, buyers are going to be interested. So instead of competing against 20 or so apartments, now you're competing against hundreds, and it's making it that much more competitive to sell. However, the great thing about this entry-level apartment market are the returns, and on average buyers are seeing up to about 6% return, which is fantastic. If you are one of these owners trying to sell this property, this entry-level apartment, hang in there, it will sell. You just have to be persistent. And for people out there looking for a cheap investment property, take a closer look at this entry-level market, but make sure that the apartments are within an 8 to 10 kilometre radius of the city, because it is in these areas that you're going to see the best returns. Now, remember that Brisbane's population is growing by about 40 to 50,000 per year, and that means that housing pressure is only going to increase, and it also means that rents are going to increase. So this entry-level market might be the most competitive now, but with confidence increasing and interest rates at record lows, it won't take long for investors to realise that this type of property is worth snapping up. I'm Clint Devereaux. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to go and battle this man flu. If I can get through it, fingers crossed, I'll see you soon.